and even the Chamber of Commerce rented out a room each month. It was time we got a renovation and addition. I know. I'm so excited for the new addition to be revealed. Charlotte leaned on the counter. Can't you just give me a little hint of what it looks like? Mm-mm. I hummed with my lips pinched together. It's a big secret. I'd seen the new library addition in person a couple of times because I needed to see the venue Catherine Fraxman, the librarian, had booked for goodness cakes for the ribbon-cutting ceremony. It wasn't going to be nearly as posh as Grape Valley Winery since the ribbon-cutting ceremony also included children. The winery fundraiser was hosting all the big donors and spenders in Rumford, the ones that belonged to the Rumford Country Club, RCC for short. There was going to be plenty of wine, whiskey, and other booze to help get residents loosey-goosey and open up their wallets. I was really excited Kat had asked me to do the desserts for the ceremony because it opened up my creative side, allowing me to make fun pastries with book and library card themes. But it was Grape Valley Winery that had helped me pay the bills for a couple of months. Giles had ordered large quantities of expensive desserts. I'd yet to get a good system down for how my clients paid. It was always a hard thing for me to decide whether they should put down a deposit or pay in full. With the winery, I knew they were good for the money, so they paid 10% down. Ingredients I didn't keep in the bakery and had to order I put on my credit card, but I knew I'd be able to pay that off once Giles Dugan paid me for the event, so I wasn't too worried. Plus, the exposure to all the wealthy people the fundraiser would give for goodness cakes and my creations a considerable boost. I could see it now. I'd be booked for weddings, holiday parties, birthdays, and any special occasion that required a dessert. I was in a win-win situation all the way around. You're going to love the green roof space. It'll be so nice to sit up there and read. Plus, Kat has lots of fun events planned, I said, referring to Catherine Fraxman by her nickname. I scooped butter into the electric mixer and switched out the attachment to the paddles so it would beat the butter into a light and fluffy mix while I prepared to make the batter. I flipped the switch to medium and grabbed a few metal cookie sheets to line them with parchment paper. She said they need at least $500,000 in donations to pay the renovation loan off completely. Charlotte's jaw dropped. $500,000? Yeah, I thought it was a little steep, too. I didn't know a thing about fundraising or how long it took to raise that sort of money, but I did know Grape Valley Winery was going all out for the big event, including bands, catering, and wine tasting. Plus, some of the wine sale proceeds would go toward the library. If I know Giles Dugan, I'm sure he'll do all he can to make sure he gets the money raised. Standing here gabbing isn't going to get the pastries baked for the upcoming orders. Charlotte nodded to our dry erase board with the days of the weeks on it. It was perfect for writing down orders. We have the Heart of the Town fundraiser tonight, which we'll mainly focus on today. Then I know Bitsy will volunteer us to do something for the garden club meeting this week. My brow twitched at the thought of how Bitsy volunteered me for anything and everything she was involved in. I've got a meeting with Perry Dugan this week about doing an employee cake for Reba Carroll, and we have a couple of kids' birthday cakes. A few minutes later, I started to wash the dishes and utensils we'd already dirtied up from the Heart of Rumford cookies. It was one of those times when you looked at something and didn't even remember all the steps. I was on automatic pilot. Charlotte got the Heart of Rumford red velvet hearts in the oven. The bell over the shop door dinged, and I walked into the bakery to find Bitsy standing there. Speak of the devil, I muttered under my breath. Not that my mama was the devil. Bitsy Cummings, she just had some very southern roots. That meant she wanted me to go to college, get an education that I'd shelve because I met a good southern boy with solid roots, have babies, be a homemaker, and join all the clubs she's in. What on earth is all over your face? I asked her after I noticed there was something on it. For goodness sakes, is that any way to properly greet me? She asked, using her favorite saying. It was how I came up with the bakery name. I just saw you last night at the Junior League meeting, I reminded her. It was like 10 hours ago. It's the next day. Bitsy was sassy and raring.